Welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sport Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers in the state and all around the world. We're up to nearly 54,000 hits. Amazing.
4,000 hits. Well, we've got a lot to talk about today, but firstly, we've got...
I've got this bit of football stuff here for the viewers out there. That was the interleague side in 1962, which I was a part of.
Yep.
There's Barry Boy up there, and the back
right
there.
That
was taken Thursday night before the game.
Right, okay. So any notable players apart from yourself?
Well, Ian Morgan was there.
Yep.
Superstar of Penyup. Johnny Cater played for Richmond. Sam Morgan played for Richmond. Colin Wilson, captain Melbourne. Robert Dunlop with Penyup, he played for Essendon.
Garrick
played for St Kilda. So it was a pretty good side. That was played at the Horsham City Oval, and we actually beat the Hampton League for the Company Football Championship. Very good effort by Mr. Barry Boyd back in them days. Very good league. We were the best outside the VFL back in then. Recognised as the best outside the VFL, which goes to show that...
What about some people were saying the Hampton League was better?
No, I think they were up there for with the Bendigo League.
Second.
But some good players that went down to Melbourne sort of kicked on a bit. A fellow called Doug Wade.
Yeah.
Played for Geelong, kicked 1,000 goals.
Yeah.
Barry Price, who played for Collingwood, superstar. But there's some very good footballers coming out of there, and Roy West from Stool, he went down to Geelong too. A lot of good footballers went from the Women's League down to the VFL back in them days. Well, Doug Wade is probably number 3 in the...
Yep, goal kicking.
Well, that'll be number 3, I think, yeah.
Well, it's a little bit of football. We'll get into it a little bit later. We'll get into the big game that happened on Saturday, Barry. The big one.
Very, very, as I said, the headlines, a very, very exciting game. We'll come right down to the last ball.
Australia versus New Zealand, of course.
With 5 overs to go, New Zealand's going to win by about 60 runs at least. And Mitchell Stark turned it on. You've got bowled 2 people out and 2 balls in the last over.
Yeah.
Which they needed 6 runs to get.
I was falling off my seat at that. Early on, I was dancing around.
Well, they were home. Everything was packed up, ready to go home, and have a cup of tea and everything. And next thing, 4 wickets and about 10 balls. And of course, well, the fellow hit the 6 to win the run.
Kane Williamson.
Kane Williamson, yeah, last ball. Bang over the fence.
He will be the best New Zealand batsman of all time, eventually.
How old is he?
He's about 24.
How many made in that game?
He made 45.
Yeah, the last ball, bang.
He's got class, that guy.
Well, that's what you call handling the pressure, like a superstar, yeah. But when I say he hit a 6, it was a 50-yard boundary line. It's got to be this. I cannot believe they let that game go with that. That is the shortest boundary in the world.
Yet the scores...
And that's where he hit the 6.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't mind.
The scores didn't reflect it.
No.
No, I mean, that was a 350.
But if you walk that, do you think you're playing in an under-18 game, under-12s game?
What I liked was that there was a little bit of movement on the pitch. There was
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the size of the ground. For God's sake, how was it allowed for Test cricket, what do you call it, one-day World Cup, to have a ground which got a boundary which is 50 yards long?
Don't think they played Test cricket there.
Well, they played this is world class, one day, right? I mean, that's enough. I don't know how they got away. Smarten up, New Zealand. Get out. The rest of the ground's all right.
Yeah. Now, are they the best sides in the World Cup, Barry?
They're a mile in front.
What
New
about
Zealand,
South Africa?
South Africa's dropped off. They're in big trouble. I know. What's his name? The Villiers made some runs, but he's a bit too hot to cold.
He got 400 and something. Made the fastest ever 150.
First score he's had out of 4 innings.
And then he also made the fastest ever 100 about 2 months ago.
I don't give a stuff. New Zealand and Australia will play off. I don't know what price I'd get that. Probably get 2 to 1.
India?
3 games to go, right? Everybody?
New Zealand. It's only got 2 games to go.
2?
Yeah, 5 teams.
Australia's got 3.
Australia's got 3, yeah.
So we got bangers. Have we got bangers next week?
Afghanistan?
One of them. things down below.
Afghanistan and have we played Scotland yet?
No.
Those
We
two.
played England, South Africa, New Zealand.
Sri Lanka.
No, we played Bangladesh.
Yeah, that was a wipeout.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No game.
Mm.
Yeah, we played England, South Africa, New Zealand, and bangers.
That's right.
But I think that when the draw levels out, when the last couple of games, New Zealand, they're a very good side. Even though they lost 5 wickets for 10 runs, but.
As I said here live last week.
And that's Trent Boult. You told me last week he is a superstar.
You said, who is he?
That's right. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. But anyway, we cleared that up. Let's talk about another superstar, Brendan McCullum.
I was watching him. He's just a freak.
Super
He's
aggressive.
better than David Warner.
He's super aggressive.
And he just doesn't. When he hits them, they just keep going.
Clubs.
They lost about 4 balls in that game. Over the fence, over the road.
What about that injury he got? Did you see that? He got hit in the arm.
Who's that?
Didn't you see it? Whoa.
Mitchell Johnson, did he?
It went up. They decided to change tactics when they were 40 in the first 3 overs. And they put in a silly mid on and all that. And he bowled it and it hit his arm. And this huge, the whole length of his arm blew up like a balloon.
Well, it didn't stop him hitting the ball. I tell you, he kept going.
This is when he was about 35. Well, it may have affected him.
Well, of course it would have been aching. He probably had about 45 Panadols.
Okay, so he's a superstar. What about Shane Watson?
Well, the more I hear that name, I've got a bit of a crook stomach. It is the last few weeks. And the more I talk about it, I even think about that fella's name, it turns my stomach over. And I don't know what. And Michael Clark, I think he might be about ready to move on, I think.
Some tactical errors.
Well, he took off Mitchell Stark, he was on fire, and he brings back Mitchell Johnson, who had 4 overs for 60 something.
Exposed a few things that game.
No, but Shane Watson, look, he made 20, and that's very, very good score for him. Went out in the same stupid shot, try and play stupid hook.
Gives you the runs, doesn't he?
Well, just annoying. And of course, they all talk about it, and he's the highest paid player one of the highest paid players in the club.
Oh, in the world. In
the world, yeah.
$1
million.
I think he might be one of the most highest paid players in Australia.
And he's the most highly overrated players in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he hasn't got any runs on the board.
He's got nothing.
And they keep on hoping.
They can't.
He's under pressure.
He can't field.
I think Faulkner, for him, straight swap.
What did I say before this game last week? Faulkner should be in the side, but he should be fit now. I reckon, because they want him in as a bowler. But he would have come in there as a batsman. He would have fixed him up, and we're going losing all them wickets. Possibly,
yes. Any highlights, Barry?
Well, you're talking about Brendan McCullum now, 55 off 21 balls. But
50, yeah.
Of course, Mitchell Stark's bowling here is developing into a top class mean man. Doesn't give too many runs away.
Yep.
And he nearly got the hat trick. Would have won the game.
6 for 28 he got.
Unbelievable. Of course, the low light was Shane Watson. Enough said about him. If they play him in the get, well, they probably will. They probably will, because he made 20.
Oh yeah, that's he's safe. That's a big score.
He's got 1 wicket out of 4 games.
Yeah.
1 wicket, and I reckon he's an all-rounder. All-rounder, right? He can't field. He can't run.
Go way down the list. He got 1 wicket.
Michael Clark's in love with him.
Someone's in love with him. Maybe the selectors.
Like they're all in love with him. I mean, it's an embarrassment to...
There he is. Oh, hang on. Shane Watson, no wickets.
Oh, he's won more than I thought.
You were too generous.
Yeah.
Too generous.
The big star all-rounder.
Yeah. Well, Richard, that's... Oh, any other highlights?
No, that's a low light.
Boult, he was good.
Oh, yeah, mention that he is a superstar, that Trent Boult. God, it's the first time I've seen him. He's unreal.
He's got a bit of pace, got a bit of swing.
Got everything.
Both him and Southey together.
Well, him and Southey, they're going to be probably the combination in the world. Tim Southey and Trent Boult. Don't forget their names.
Yeah, there we go. You heard it here first.
They will be. They'll terrify most of the other countries, I think. Who does New Zealand play the next couple of weeks?
Afghanistan, Bangladesh.
They'll be pretty close. They'll make about 600.
Afghanistan, Bangladesh.
McCullum will make 340, I reckon.
Yeah, well, maybe. That's a big score.
Yes, you will.
There we go. Now, that's cricket for now. Australia plays Afghanistan on Wednesday, and we'll see how that goes. But
where's that?
At the Wacker. 5:30 it starts.
Night time.
So it goes all the way up till be going up to about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Are they televising?
Yeah.
That'd be about 400 dogs there.
Yeah. Well, it'll be.
We got the
Afghanistan. It won't go to 1 o'clock because playing Afghanistan, how long is that going to take?
Well, if Australia go in, they'll make about 500, and then they'll get him out for about 60.
They have got some good fast bowlers. That's their strength. They've got some fast, pacey bowlers on the Wacker.
Have they?
Yeah.
They're going to hire a couple of...
no, they're not bad.
Stand-in bowlers.
No, 3 ex-Pakistanis. Quite good.
Oh.
Now, you went to... Richmond played Footscray on the weekend.
Yeah, I was talking to someone down that we went down with my daughter and my grandsons down to the Richmond, what do you call it? Family Day.
Fun day, yeah.
Family Day.
Yeah.
About 8,000 people there.
Wow.
And that Richmond football ground is not the Richmond football ground and facilities I'd seen 37 years ago. It's a whole new, everything's new.
Box and dice.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And
there was lots of things for the kids to take marks and handball, and it's because they're the future stars of Richmond. But it was a very well run day.
Of course, you have some photos of the event after this video.
Some beautiful photos after this video. It was a marvellous day.
Mm. Oh,
7 o'clock I got up in the morning to go down there. It was a really very good day.
All right, well, how did Richmond play against Footscray?
Well, I didn't go, of course, Colin, but I didn't see it on TV, but they wouldn't be televising that. I was told by some of the people down there yesterday that they tried about 6 juniors.
Mm.
And they said they're going to be future stars. And it was only a sort of like a semi-practice game. They just sort of had the players on for 10 minutes and drag them off and see if they could handle the conditions. But there was Cochin and Martin, they all didn't play. Rewell didn't play. There was like a second side.
Yeah, okay.
But they're going to be. They'll be alright, the Tigers.
Mm. Prediction for this year?
Top 4 this year. My prediction, they'll finish for sure, because they haven't lost anybody, and they've got 2 or 3 fellas are coming back. Grimes and I could hardly recognise. I could hardly recognise some of the players when they presented to the crowd.
Yeah.
Until I was told by Damien Hardwick that that was a fantastic day down there. It's about 8,000 people, I reckon.
Very good.
And very good for. And would you believe they got 63,500 members?
Wow.
Only second to Collingwood.
Wow.
We had 30,000 about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
63,500.
All jumping on board. All right. Well, any Cheerios, Barry?
Yeah, we got some Cheerios. Annie and Carla and Lloyder and me, she put about 20 photos on Facebook last week, and 2 blackouts the last 3 days.
Mm.
I get sick of sort of telling people about this, but 2 blackouts. Don't ever go and live in Manila. No, Manila's all right. It's only the poor towns where the blackouts, where Annie and Carl live, and 7 hours one yesterday, the day before, and 9 hours the day before. 40 degrees. And of course now, PH, Jerry.
Yep.
That's PH's mate. PH reckons he should be standing for Prime Minister, because he knows a bit about politics. PH told me last night.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Jerry, PH wants to nominate you for Prime Minister next year, so you better smarten up on your politics, and you never know, you might finish in front of that Mr. Abbott. Would be hard to do. But this is all in jest, of course. But so how you going, PH? I think we had a bit of a call, a bit of a chat last night. He's going all right, and he's having his operation shortly too for his hernia too.
Mm.
And apart from that, Colin Sutcliffe, there's not too much. Oh, sorry about Shandy and Carlos too. Phil was taking Carlos down the beach yesterday. Hope you're going all right, and speak to you soon, PH. But that's all we got for today.
It's goodbye from me.
And bye-bye from me.